And we are back to another episode of Beyond the Rift, where we get to talk with a few esports personalities. And today I have the pleasure to talk with Stend, the support from Dusty. Welcome. Thank you so much for accepting this one. And it's looking kind of hot behind you. Where are you?
Yes. Yeah, currently I'm at the Vitality office, the LEC one at Berlin. We are boot camping there with the team, so yeah, that's really nice.
It's really nice. It's looking good. We'll talk about the boot camp in a minute, but before that, I want to get to know you. I want to know, how did you start playing League? Because it seems like you're a really competitive person. So obviously you're not a single player mode gamer.
Now,
Competitive. How did you jump into League?
yes, yes. I think about competitive aspects. Since I'm really young, I was doing team sports, and I got since I'm really young, the competitive aspects, like with my father. I was like training in the garden to be like goalkeeper or stuff like this. So it came from here, and I started playing League. It was the end of season 4. I was like 12 years old, I think, maybe 11. And it was my friends that were playing it, so I wanted to try. And yeah, I started from there.
Tell me, what is your big first memory playing League of Legends? That one that you always recall. To me, it was playing
Okay.
3v3. I don't know if you actually played the map. And I had to face
Yes.
versus a Navy and I got really mad. What is your first memory?
Okay, I have a good story about that. It's like, so I started playing because my friend was were playing it, but I was like a big noob, you know. And one day I was playing against bots, and I did a pentakill. And it was my first pentakill ever. So I sent them a message like, "Oh, I did a pentakill, but it was against bots, you know." So it's like so bad. I was so proud of this. So
It's
they are
still a
making laugh at me
penta.
about this. Yes.
And then when you jump into a team, I think you started playing on the LFL, not Division 1. I think it was Division 2, if I'm not incorrect. Hmm.
No, I started in Open Tour, like the third division.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
okay. How
But
was the way to get in on that one?
um, I think I was like master, grandmaster, and I started looking for like even challenger, I think, but I was OTP Trash at this moment. And I went on a website that is called Seek Team, and I was looking for team because I wanted to play with team. So
Mm-hmm.
one day a team asked me to play Open Tour, it's like the third division in France. No, at this point it was the second because second division did not exist.
Okay.
So that was my first competitive game, and then I instantly joined Division 2 in France.
And then you went through other teams until you landed on a big one. You landed on Giants. You played with Antonio. You played with Attila. You played with a lot of big names. How was the
Yes.
experience jumping from where you were into Giants?
Um, First thing, it was like a really big jump, I would say,
Yeah.
because like I came from Division 2, a small team kinda, and I won LFL up and down, and then I instantly joined Giants. So at the beginning, I felt more pressure, I would say. So I needed some times to adapt.
Mm.
Like the first few games, I was kind of stressed, I would say. But I think Maxwell helped me a lot about this, and with time it felt better. So I learned, even though we didn't do good with Giants, I learned a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things there, like about especially out of game. So I get a lot of confidence there, like how to say what I want, because since I was a rookie with like four really good players that went worlds, etc., I was kind of feeling that I should adapt to them and not say what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I changed a bit this way. So yeah, even though it didn't work well, I learned a lot
That was
in
my
this league.
question, because you jump into a team with those names, and then are you like, should I talk? Should I shut up? Should I listen to them? Do you feel at the beginning of the split you were so preoccupied because you were playing with such big names that you didn't let your voice come out as much as you should, and you were like, this play is not good, but I'm following it because these guys have more experience than I do?
Yeah, I think I was not playing my game. Like I think I was really good just before going. And when I joined, I start I lost a bit of confidence, and
Yeah.
I was more following them than doing my own thing. So it was less natural and less instinct. So I was playing a bit worse, I would say. But with the time, it came slowly. It came back, and yeah, I think it's like it was a bit necessary to pass through this point.
Instead, you get all that experience and you're adapting, and you're like, oh, okay, the career is going good. And then last split, last split we should call the bench split, because
Yeah.
this split we jumped into Dusty with 4 teammates who were benched on the previous split. When the team got together, this new Dusty Rejects team, you guys made the meme about it. It's not me, it's you guys that made the
Yeah, we are
meme.
miming it. We are miming it.
What was the first thought into your mind? Like, okay, we're bringing in 4 people who were benched on the previous split. How can we do this on the NLC? What was the first thing coming into your mind?
First of all, I didn't know like every player was benched. I mean, I didn't feel like, oh, I'm joining a team with like 4-player bench.
Okay.
I was more like, okay, I was checking like one by one the players. I felt like there is like some potential in every players, and I was like, okay, maybe we can do some stuff in NLC. Like I felt like we could do something. I was not feeling like, oh, we are 4 bench. It's like this is practical or anything. Like I was confident about the team.
That's good. You brought in the experience from Giants into Dusty, and
Yes.
even if it didn't start the way you guys actually won at the beginning of the split, it was kind of rough at the beginning, like going on a roller coaster.
Yeah, we were like winning, losing, kind of.
Yeah, that affected your mentality a little bit. And how can you keep strong when you're facing that? When you feel the results, like, okay, this is a really good week, and on the next week you get slapped in the face. How do you keep your confidence as a player?
I think Dusty, like we have like a lot of strong individualities, but we are like synergizing really well. But at the beginning of the split, we needed some time to adapt together and like find like what is good, what is bad for us. So we were like kind of looking for our identity, searching for ourselves, and we didn't lose confidence at all because we knew that something could happen, and then when it happened, it kind of happened naturally. So we just keep working hard with the team, and it paid. So I'm glad about this.
It paid a lot. You guys got double digits winning streak. The only team this split for the NLC, by the way. Everybody was concerned about X7, GDXL, and you guys were like, keep looking at them.
Popping off.
Yeah, popping off. We're just doing our thing. And then we get into playoffs then. We get into the good part. It was kind of interesting the way you guys played versus JDXL. And I was in the green room looking at Dusty like, wait, I actually thought Dusty were going to 3-0 this. And then you go into X7, a powerhouse. You get 2-0'd on the first part of the finals of NLC. 1 match away from losing the entire split stand. And you freaking reverse sweep X7. I want to know everything. I want to know the behind the scene.
Okay.
Like, who pulled you guys from under the rug? What happened on the 2-0?
Okay, so after the second game, I think, like, personally, I was playing Rakan, I remember, but it was really hard Rakan game. They had like Zilia and Sivir, Talia, like champions that are really hard to play against. But I was kind of trying to create something magic, you know. I could not just go front. I had to, so I tried every time to get a big flank, and like it was really close the fights, but I could get like really good engage. So I got a lot of confidence. I was like, okay, I can do things, you know. And it was the same for Denvoxney. He was like, okay, those guys are not good. There's no way we lose 3 games. There's no way we lose 1 game against them again. So we changed our not like the way we were the strategy. Like we changed the strategy because we were kind of playing stuff in like some stuff like scaling stuff. But we said, okay, they're not that good. Like just play into their game. Like play skirmish, play early game, play something to match them. And we did it, and it worked really well. After game 3, like I remember game 1 and 2 was a bit hard, and then game 3, like the 3 lane were winning, and like we had Graves that could free farm for the whole game, and then we kept snowball. So really
when you look into the 3rd game and you win, was that a moment that you heard someone on your team saying something that brought a spark into you guys, that brought in the flame? Was it Denvoxen? Because I know there's a video online of him just leaving the PC. Now we're not going to lose versus these guys. They're not strong. Was that the moment?
Yes. Then Voxney was really hyped. I remember we did like really good bot lane game, I think, with Den, and he was so confident, and I was as well. And he was hyping the team like there is no way. And we were miming because first thing, nobody tilted during the best of 5, even though we were 0-2. Like nobody tilted. Yes, we even are laughing kinda, and we started miming like, okay, it's the Denvoxney curse because he won already the playoff last time, reverse sweep. So we said, okay, guys, it's a Denvoxney curse. We will win 3-2.
That is a lot, having that mentality against the wall.
Yes.
And you brought in the thresh. You were talking to me earlier about your one trick
Yeah,
pony,
yeah.
which is the thresh. You talked to me on an interview before on the media day. I wish thresh would be meta, and everybody was like, "The
Yeah.
thresh is not that." You brought in the thresh on game point for you guys. How did you feel when your coach allowed you to bring the thresh? What
Okay,
was the inside like? Tell me.
like for the trash game,
Yeah.
like first game they banned Nautilus Rakan, and so we like to play like engage supports, and I said to my coach, like if they like since we are banning Lulu, Renata, and Yumi every game, because I thought like without like if Casting didn't have those jumps, he would not be really impactful, like less impactful at least. And I came to my coach and I said to Dan Voxley, I said, bro, what if we just pick Aphelios and early, and then I can just blind trash. Like there's nothing that can be good into it. Like I can blind trash. And say, okay, let's try. So in the draft, we first pick Aphelios, I think, and they go like something. Oh, they first pick, I don't remember, like Zeri or Sivir, and we go Aphelios, and they go Jarvan, Rakan. And I looked to my team and said, guys, do you trust me? It's trash angle.
It's a
Because like
thresh angle,
into
yeah.
Jarvan is really good, into Rakan is like decent, you can play into the lane. And then we popped off. So yeah, they were playing Zeri, but
And that is the thing. It seems like Dusty is a team that plays their own picks. It's not about the meta. It's
yeah.
about how you
They
guys
are,
feel.
we allow us a lot of liberty, I would say.
Yeah, having a coach like that must be amazing. By the way, if you look
Yes.
into Summer Split, what was the biggest takeaway for you as a player?
Um, I think it's like being confident on your own gameplay. Like it's really, really important. Like when you know how to win games by like say to your team what you can bring to them. Like don't sometimes it's good to adapt, but
Yeah.
sometimes you have to say like if you know that you're not good at something or you won't perform the best, like just say to the team like I'm good at this, and if it will work for sure. Like be confident on yourself, I would say.
And it did work. You guys are now on main
Yes.
stage for the U Masters. You won the split for the NLC. And on the after party, I was talking with you, and it seems like you have big goals in your
Yes.
career. It seems like you have a little bit of a bug inside of you that wants to bring you back to LFL. Is that correct?
Yes, my goal is to go LFL next year. I really want to go there.
Is there any specific team you would be like, I really want to go into that team?
um, no, I don't see one team in particular. I mean, I would like to join like one of the best team for sure.
Okay, then tell me something.
Yeah.
It seems like Dusty works really well together because you have those five specific members. Like those
Yes.
five members really work together. It's like a really oiled machine. Stend, if you were invited to LFL, one of the best teams, and the team was like, "Man, you're coming in, and we allow you to bring one player from Dusty."
One person. Ah, you're taking me
Yep,
a rough question.
it could be the
I have
coach.
two names. Yeah, I have two
Okay, two
names.
names. Hit me.
I think I think like Linkas. I think we have a really good synergy because he brings a lot in the vocal and in the macro stuff, I would say, and I bring a lot in like skirmish, engage, and he plays a lot of carry jungle. So I am kinda the setup for him. So I think we work well together. And with Len Voxna as well, like I feel like the last months, even in Scream and in official, I'm really, really surprised like how we are playing as bot laner, as two, like we are smashing a lot of duo, and yeah, I'm really proud of them as well.
That is a good answer. Actually, I think Linkus will be on LEC at least in a year. That guy.
Yeah, he will probably. He's only 18 years old right now.
Yeah, that's something about Linkus. I don't know. I have to do an interview with him as well. Maybe if you guys win groups, I can contact Linkus and see what happens. Now,
Okay.
I want to know you inside of the Rift as well. I want to know your playstyle. You keep talking about engages. You brought a lot of Nautilus. You brought in Thresh. Can we see a Blitzcrank in the future? I hope with another hooker coming in. And I want to know, what do you believe is the best team mentality for you to shine on it?
Um, honestly, I don't I don't know. I think I'm really good on proactive jumps that can do some stuff on the map, and like roaming, playing 2v2, playing with the jungle. Like I like to playing proactive. So yeah, I don't know exactly what are the conditions to work, but I would say something proactive.
Something proactive to bring in that
Yeah.
aggression, and there you go. we're talking about someone that keeps playing League of Legends every single day. You eat, breathe, and play League of Legends. You told me about it.
Yes.
And with a past like yours, you're still a really young player. So I want to try and see if there's any memory from you as a competitive player that is the best memory, or the one that shines the most when you look into League of Legends. One, maybe a teammate brought something in, or you won something that was really remarkable for you and signifies your path into the future. Do you have any recollection of a memory?
Yeah, I have two. I think the first is like the last one, like the win with the river sweep.
That's a good
Like
one.
I was so like for like hours, I was so energetic after. I had so much adrenaline. I was so happy. Like it was really happiness after it, you know. So I think that's the best moment in my career, the river sweep. And I would say as well when I won the up and down in LFL with Timo Plon. It was like approximately 1 year ago, and we won the final like 3-0. So yeah, it was a really really good memory as well.
Hey, so far so good. Only good memories. Maybe let's
Yes.
hope and keep that one on the good memories track. And when you look into the way you play, and I was talking with you, and you're like, I play like 10, 12 hours a day. I keep practicing League of Legends. I never stop. Do you believe that style of life has affected your life personally, where you may have lost or sacrificed something in order to be who you are today? In order to achieve that goal, you're willing to sacrifice a lot. Obviously, you're willing to go the extra mile. Do you believe you lost something important in the process that you're like,
Mm,
well, I have to do it. I had to do it.
yes, for sure. I lost a lot of things. Like I stopped going party. I stopped drinking. don't go out a lot.
Hmm.
I don't have holidays or stuff like this.
Yeah.
But I think like every pro player is like this. But for sure, to be league pro player, you have to do a lot of sacrifices. Sorry.
I stand. You're
But
telling me like,
it's a choice.
yeah,
It's a choice. So
it is a choice. It
I
is a
want to do
choice.
it. Yes, yes.
And you're talking about, well, I stopped drinking, I stopped going to parties. That's actually good. So keep that up. My question is that was that any friend that you actually went to parties and had a really good friendship, and you now look back and like, ooh, I don't even talk with him anymore.
Yeah, that's it. I have. I mean, I saw them recently in
Mm-hmm.
France, but for sure I lost a lot of contacts, especially when I left the school because I had a lot of friends there, but they are not into league at all.
Yeah.
So when I committed fully, completely like league 24 hours, I lost some contacts with some people for sure.
And you still think about it, or you're so focused
I
on the
mean,
future that like it has to be done.
sometimes you have like some bad mood or you think, oh, that would be nice, but it's just period, you know, like
Mm.
something sometimes motivation goes on, goes down, but you just have to keep grinding perma. I mean, I'm fine with it.
And it's working. It's working. You guys,
Yes,
main
yes.
stage. Group D,
Main stage,
Dusty,
yes.
Shock, Mako. We still have to know who's going to be the fourth team. Can we get a sneak peek? Can you tell me what can we expect from Dusty?
I won't tell anything here. I want to keep it secret.
No, you can just tell me like we're gonna be first or second. We're good to
Oh,
go. Like
oh.
it's a
I
sneak peek
think
of what do you think is gonna happen. Like not
I
scrims, not
think
scrims. Yeah.
we will beat Shralk and Mako.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really confident about that. There is like the most probability it will be like Vita or Game World that will come to the group. Against Game World, I think it will be really close. I feel like we can win for sure,
Mm-hmm.
but they are really good. Against Vitality, it will be the hardest for sure. I think we can still do something. Like we probably will lose, but I'm really confident. Like we already did in the past, being outsiders. So I like this position.
Any team you look into the groups that you're playing, not playing against, and you're like, I really don't want to end up on playoffs versus these guys. Is that any team you're not afraid? It's not afraid, but you actively respecting. You're like, ooh, this could be a tough one.
Yes, I think I would say LDLC. Like they are really really good, and I know the players there. Like I'm really friend with Exakik. I played in the past with Yike. I know Eka as well.
Mm-hmm.
I really respect them. I think they're all really good. But a part of me wants to play against them though. Like to
Ah,
yes. I mean I don't want to play against them. Like if I could choose, I would not. But a part of me is like I want to match them, to fight them, to see what will happen.
and if you beat up LDLC, I mean
Yeah,
LFL
that
will
would
be
be
looking
crazy.
at you. So
Yes.
that's the goal. And talking about that, you're really focused on what you want to do, and that's why I really enjoy you as a player. I'm a big fan of you, by the way. is there
Thank you.
any message you could leave for your future self? A message that in the future you can look back into it and you're like, this young me was correct. I should have listened to this. And yeah, any message you want to leave for yourself in the future?
Okay.
It's a tough one. Yeah, it's a new one, by the way.
Okay. You're getting me out of comfort here.
Take
What
it.
can I say to myself in like how much? Like 1 year? In 1 year?
You decide. You decide. How long do
Okay,
you
in one
want to
year.
wait until you go to LEC? That's the question.
Okay, my goal is like next year I'm doing 1 full year of ERL,
Mm-hmm.
and so the year after I'm going LEC.
So you're going
That's
to
my
LEC
objective.
in 2 years. It is a deal right now. It is a deal with yourself. What can you say to yourself in 2 years?
In 2 years.
Yeah, because you're going to be at LEC. So ERL Stend, approach
Okay, I know.
LEC
I
Stend.
think if I will go to LEC, I would say to myself, you did a good step going to LEC, but there's like a big step to do again. I think going to LEC is different to be one of the best in LEC because there's like a big gap. So don't give up. Keep tryharding and don't forget what is your dream when you're there.
And what is your dream, Stend?
It's going abroad and trying to do some things there.
Let's go. EU winning worlds.
Yeah. I
One more
remember I
time,
was
but they're really good.
yeah, it's really far away, but
Yeah.
it's in my mind,
Uh,
But I remember I was watching G2 versus FPX, the final at Paris,
okay.
and I was so frustrated because I wanted to play. Like when I was watching them, I was like, I want to be to their place. I had like a good memories of this moment.
That is a good one. That is a memory
Yeah.
that I also have as a how do you say, a talent in esports, as a host or
Yes.
broadcaster. And that, to me, like, I always think to myself, why am I doing the interview? But whatever. My idea is always, when you want to do something more than you want to breathe, that's when you can actually call it a dream. Before that, it's only a temptation. Until you're willing to give up breathing in order to do that, that's when you call it a dream. And from what I heard from you when we were talking on the
Yeah.
party, or even now, I think you have a dream and you're going to be able to achieve it. So thank you so much for this interview, Stan.
Thank you.
Best
Thank you
of
for the
luck.
interview.
And slap, man. Slap those guys at EU Masters. I'm
Yes,
going to
yes.
be there. So do your best, man. Okay? It's a deal?
Thank you. Yeah,
It's
I
a
will.
deal.
I will for sure.
I'll see you soon. Thank you, everybody, for
Thank you.
watching. And
Bye
I'll see
bye.
you on another interview.